Well, the commissioner of Missouri's new athletic home, the Southeastern Conference, is Mr. Mike Slive. And Mr. Slive joins us here on MUTigers.com. And Mike, thanks for being here today. I think all Tiger fans appreciate what we saw on Sunday evening. And give us a little idea of why you and the SEC think that Mizzou is such a strong fit for the league.
Well, as I said in my in my remarks tonight at the celebration, when you think about academics, you think about culture, you think about athletic commitment. Missouri certainly has all of the elements that our institutions have, and we know Mike Alden very well. We know the chancellor very well now, and I think our people were just very impressed with not only where Missouri is today, but where Missouri can be as part of our conference. You
mentioned also in your remarks that this is part of, it had to be a good fit. The SEC wasn't just going to expand to expand.
We were really very happy. We considered ourselves a super conference at 12, and so we were not looking to expand at all. But when you get the opportunity to bring schools like A&M and Missouri, both of whom came to us, our presidents and chancellors and our athletic directors felt that even though we were very content and very successful at 12, that when you think about the long-term best interest of the league, when you think about a long horizon, this isn't about who's going to win the championship next year or the year after. This is about how do you take your conference and put it in the best position to be successful long-term, trying to anticipate changes not only in technology but in interest, in demographics. Obviously, we're in a part of a world that is growing in population. So how do we make sure that we can be what we are now 20 years from now? And so that we felt that Missouri could help us get there.
Let's talk divisional alignments. It'll be 2 7-team divisions for football, correct?
In football, we're not in divisions in all sports. So in football, we'll have 2 7-team divisions, which you have to have a championship game.
And Mizzou will be in the SEC East, correct?
We'll be in the East.
Along with, what are the other schools that will be
competing? You got Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. Who am I missing?
Kentucky,
Kentucky. And so South Carolina. So it's a workout.
I know you're in the early stages of planning those kinds of things, but what considerations will you guys directing the league have in determining who else football teams will play on a yearly basis outside the division?
Okay, the way it works is with our 12 teams, you play 5 in your division, 1 permanent opponent from the other division, and 2 rotating opponents from the other division. When you go to 14, then you're going to play 6 in your division. You're going to play 1 permanent and only 1 rotator. And so the decision that ultimately we made is who would be Missouri's permanent, because and that's something that our transition team will be looking at. But by putting Missouri in the East, we were able to preserve a lot of rivalries that pre-exist Missouri and make sure that we take good care of those games. There's always been criticism when you expand, you're going to hurt rivalries. Well, one of the things we don't want to do in our conference is by expanding, do harm to some rivalries. So that's why we ended up putting Missouri in the East.
Do you anticipate any future expansions, whether it be adding other teams or just changing the way the league works at 14?
I don't anticipate. When you talk about how the league works, I don't anticipate any changes in governance. Our presidents and chancellors are responsible for the policy of the league. Our athletic directors take care of the competition in the league. We have faculty representatives, the senior women's and all of that. So I don't see any change there. As I said today, we were never interested in going beyond 12. I mean, we felt we were pretty good at 12, and we were pretty good at 12. But when schools like Missouri come calling, we felt that, again, going back to my earlier thought about long term that was just an opportunity that we just didn't want to pass up.
And long term, how does adding Missouri help the SEC and vice versa?
Well, because you know, first of all, it's a very fine academic institution, and that now gives us 4 schools in the AAU, which means a great deal to our presidents, and I think we all know how competitive you can be in all your sports, and we think that you will even get better by playing in our league, and that therefore that will strengthen us. You know, St. Louis and Kansas City and the population of the state, all of that, when you think about a longer-term horizon, will have significant benefits to both Missouri and to the conference.
Well, Mr. Slive, we look forward to a long and happy relationship between Mizzou and the SEC, and thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you. We do too.